Welcome to Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-host, Jen Isgro, and Tom Kokoza. How you doing, Jen?
I'm good, Joe. I just took my coffee nap.
Yeah.
And I'm fully energized and ready to talk Wheel of Time Season 3.
All right. You got me energized now. Tom.
Let's do it.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing well, Joe. I didn't have a coffee nap, and I do feel jealous about both aspects of that phrase. But I am excited to be here. Surprising big news drop right before we started recording.
Yeah. Huge
so,
news. No, not huge news, but
it's pretty big news. Pretty big. I say pretty big news.
Let's let's let the listeners be the judge of that. I guess I'll start with that piece then, right? So just today, Yoshi Stradowski, who obviously plays Randall Thor, posted on his Instagram account that he's in London for What Press.
What?
Press.
Right.
Oh. Okay.
So, so that means things are starting to happen, I think, right? We've got Yosha. Also, I believe a few other cast members were also spotted in London as well. So that sounds exciting.
Why does London get everything good?
What kind of press could they be doing?
Like the Blitz. Oh, wait.
Why doesn't New York get anything good ever?
Is it a pre? He's not even dignifying that with a response.
I'm muted.
What? I can't hear you, Jen. Oh,
nothing. Continue.
Let me unmute you.
Continue.
What do you think's going on? What is this? This is like the push right before the show. Does this mean trailer coming very soon?
Tuesday, the push right before the shove. Is that what you were going to say?
No, the show.
Oh.
The
push comes to shove. You really got something going.
No, it's just the push before the show. The promo push.
I think this is. Yeah, I don't think he's doing Watt press for the show to come out in 8 months, right? This is exciting. It's a little earlier than we anticipated, right? We really thought the kickoff was going to be in Brazil.
January's looking good, baby, for the show to come out.
Get out of here.
What is this move? This
is me excited.
Oh, I thought you were like doing very light curls. I don't know. It's
No, I can't do that right now. I hurt my neck this morning. So sorry to take this off topic for a second, but Tom, was it former MLB pitcher David Price who injured his neck vigorously toweling off?
I believe it was.
All right, so I now have something in common with David Price, because this morning when I was drying my hair off, I hurt my neck and shoulder.
OMG.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've been in pain all day, and I don't have a lot of, well, it's feeling a little looser now, but little mobility in my neck for sure. So I take it back, David Price, if I made fun of you at the time when I heard that. Anyway.
I'm just looking at the headlines from back then. I apologize. Oh, man.
It was him, right?
It was him, yeah, okay, back in 2012.
I thought so.
So
back to Yosha.
Yeah, man, I think this is really big. I think this is like, one, they have not been able to actually do like a true publicity blitz for this show.
No, last time it was all remote, right? Like it was. So when
it was pandemic and it was strike.
Yeah. Oh, was it strike?
So they did a lot of stuff before the strike.
Early because I think they knew that the strike was going to be coming.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask what was the time span from when they did that to when they did from when the show came out? Do you remember? But then again,
it was what they had done is they had recorded a bunch of things many months before the show came out and then released them.
Yeah,
the month before.
But there were hints, right? Because people were posting like news outlets or article. writers were posting things about like, I'm going to be interviewing the cast. Like, do you have any questions? Do you remember when that was?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's about July. July into August.
So that's 2 months before the show was released.
Yeah, it might have even been June.
Then 2 months from now, it's January.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the odds of us getting something like much bigger in CCXP, I think are I think those odds have increased. I think if they're starting to do press now, I think the show's coming out sooner rather than later. We might be just in time to get our season 3 predictions done over the next few weeks.
Yeah, it would make sense that they're doing all of that stuff before CCXP, because if they wait till after, it might be it's probably too late.
I mean, so
and they probably want to get this all done before the holidays.
Like this pre-press stuff, I guess. I mean, it depends on what they're doing. I'm hoping that, as opposed to prior seasons where due to the pandemic or due to the strike, like when the show comes out, they will be doing press. You'll see people on talk shows and all the rest of that kind of stuff that they haven't been able to do. Mm-hmm. I think, but yeah, I imagine this is the start of like interviewing cast members and like for articles and things of that nature. I want to reach out to friends of the show, Helen O'Hara, and see if she's part of this London press tour. She
probably is.
Yeah,
I would assume
she probably is. I'm not. It's not. So
we need to have her back on the show. Yeah, exciting news. I think we're just getting more and more little trinkets of I like morsels of news. Yeah, crumbs. No, I like morsels better.
Morsels are bigger than crumbs.
Morsels is such a great word. It's fun to say as well.
How much bigger is a morsel than a crumb? I do like snippets too, by the way.
Morsel's like this big, but a crumb is like a tiny crumb.
Like a third of a bite, right? Did you say that's a morsel, like a third of a bite?
No, I'd say less than a quarter of a bite.
Really?
Yeah.
Depends on how big your bite is.
Oh, not of a bite. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of like the cookie. I'm picturing a cookie in my head right now, and I'm like less than a quarter of a cookie.
This is all relative to what
morsel's like a third of a bite. Yeah, because it's like it's not even a bite. A morsel.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not even close to a bite.
No.
But I would say a sizable percentage of a bite.
Yeah, and over
between 1/3 and 1/2 of a bite.
Yeah, I would say. Something like that. I'd probably say between 1/3 and a quarter of a bite, but that's just me. What do I know about morsels?
What do I know from morsels?
Yeah.
I'm just a simple caveman.
I'm going to move on to the next piece of news. And I want to give a shout out to Critter XD because she posted a screenshot of this on Threads. That Rosamund Pike is to star in a new Guy Ritchie movie, Wife and Dog, alongside Benedict Cumberbatch and Sir Anthony Hopkins. Per Variety, the picture will start principal photography in February 2025 in the UK. So, there's implications here. And I believe, right, isn't she going to be doing some theater work too in the summer as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to
spring.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say either she ain't it in season 4 or that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's not going to be in season 4.
I don't think this necessarily means that.
Well, when are they going to film then for season? Right, because if they...
I don't know. If they greenlit it yet? Is it even happening? Is
supposedly,
it a thing?
You remember, I think John was the one who said that he had sources that said they're not going to greenlight it until it premiere, until like the numbers start coming in.
All right, then Rosamund has to get work lined up. I mean, she's going to work until they figure this out. If they greenlight it, then maybe they'll have to wait for her if she's in it. Till like
she's going to be busy for months.
When is this? When is she in the play? How long is the
I
run
think
of the play?
it's in the summer at some time. I can't remember, June or July. I feel like it starts.
Well, I think they'll figure it out. That's all. I don't think this necessarily means she's done. That's all I'm going to say.
Well,
People can work around schedules.
That's true. I agree with Jen on that point, but in a larger sense, I agree with Joe, because I've been saying for a long time that I think that season 3 is the end for her. Like I think that it makes it's neater for her to not have to be in half of a 4th season, and just free yourself up.
Yeah, and because I don't remember if this was something Rafe said, but I thought season 4 was going to end. We were pretty confident that the end of season 4 was going to be Do Might Wells.
I don't think Rafe has made any intimation to that. I think that's just everyone, like,
is that just
in the
all of us
fandom.
thinking that's
yeah.
I would not be surprised if the end of season 5 is Do Might Wells. I think it's highly likely.
Season 4.
Four?
Sorry, 4.
4. Yeah.
It's Do Might Wells. I think it's highly likely that that's how that season's going to end.
Yes.
Which means, yeah, like you said, is Maureen going to come back for part of a season? I mean, you had talked a while ago, Tom, about like, it's Rosamund Pike. They might not kill her off. She might just be there for the whole time, and they don't have Cad Swain or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that was a possibility too, but I think more likely than not. And I will say this: like, I don't know if she's done this season. If they go back and find her in the last season, I think that
I think Rosamund would do that, though. I feel like she's the type of person that she's like, yeah, I'll be gone. If this goes 8 seasons, I'll sit out 4 seasons and come back for the last one, or the end of the second to last one. If they really want to be exciting, and like season 7, it ends with Maureen, Matt and Tom and whoever that, if Noel's going to be there.
She's a producer on the show anyway, right?
Right.
She's still going to be involved in the show. It's not like she's.
Yeah, she's like. I don't think she's that kind of a producer.
I mean, she's still got a connection to the show.
Yes,
that's all.
True.
She's living.
Not going to be like
right now. I don't know if she's going to move.
Probably not anymore.
No, did she move? I think she moved.
No, she's still in Prague. I think she probably has a house somewhere else, but she's been living in Prague for the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I think this is more signs. I think this means that Maureen's going to die at the end of this season. So, spoiler alert.
Well, yeah, I threw out that she might die. You think like she's going to go through the doorway or whatever they're going to do.
I do. I definitely do. I think this will be, if they get to make the full show, I think Rosamund Pike's character, I'm saying that from a TV viewer perspective, dying off. Yeah. And then 3-4 seasons later returning and then finishing out the rest of the run, I think would be epic.
I do want to confirm Rosamund moved from Prague at almost a year ago now.
Well, I got Gabe saying a few months ago over here in Discord. Yeah. All right, there you go. That's another clue that she's done with the show. For the filming for the show for a long time, if not ever.
Yeah. So I think when you start looking at how the show breaks down, and we're going to go into this more, we go into the main topic of this. Like, yes, this is book 4, but like they're not. I think they're going to be done with the waste in this season, and they're going to be back in like the main Westlands. For season 5, so you can just kind of tack on that stuff that happens kind of halfway through Fires of Heaven, because season 4 is probably going to be books 5 and 6, right? You can figure that out however you want to do it.
Yeah, like half 5 and most of 6. I mean, like, the beginning of 6 is not a lot of stuff happening, but I don't want to talk about
mostly.
That. Yeah, I don't want to get into too much details about that yet, because then we got other seasons to break down before that. But yeah, interesting piece of news. I believe this movie's going to be filming in or around London because it's about the British upper class. So it's probably going to be filming in or around London anyway. So if she moved back there, it makes sense that she's there for for this. And then she's going to be doing theater in London as well. So
right.
It makes a lot of sense, obviously, for her to move back there. All right. Do we want to get back into the exciting world of episode breakdowns?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. So last episode, we started by talking about cold opens and set pieces. This episode, we're going to start getting into character arcs, and hopefully, I don't know. We're going to try to get through all of them. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll do our best. Just to refresh, I'm going to read out the what we had from last week, just to refresh everyone's memory. So for cold opens, and this is in no particular order, we haven't ordered them yet. We have the Black Aja fleeing the White Tower, women shredding each other, bonkers. Sea folk ship coming to shore, woman putting shirts on. Introduction to sea folk. Forsaken Tea Party. Age of Legends lose Theron Mad scene. Egwene's accepted test. Perrin and the Two Rivers. With Varen and Alana showing up. Wise Ones, Aya Wise Ones talking about Wetlander plans in a sweat tent. And then a Tom flashback with more gays and Tom murdering Tara and Cal. I forgot about that. One. Yeah, that was all right. And then set pieces, we have the Battle of Two Rivers, the Crystal Columns, Rand's proclamation as Kara Karn, Nynaeve and Maggette duel in Tanchico, Matt fighting Galad and Gowan, the quarterstaff fight, Bubble of Evil, Finland, Lanfear Moraine dying, the end of that, Perrin rescue mission. That's Perrin rescuing people in the Two Rivers, by the way. Shadow Spawn attack in the Waste, Tinker's attacked by Trollocs, Saldeans captured Taim with the help of Aes Sedai. Alviarin murders Swan, and then a Perrin Slayer Teleran Riyadh fight or encounter.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready to go into it? Do you have any preference of which characters we start with? And we could jump around if you want.
No. Do you want, I think I said last time, I have 45 characters that I think are going to cover in the show. Do you mind if I read them off before we go, just so that we can refresh ourselves as to who we're going to have to touch at some point?
Yeah, go for it.
These are people that are
people that we know their names.
Yes, these are characters that we know their names that are either confirmed to have been returning, right? Like that they have filmed for season 3, or that we are very certain that they're going to be introduced in season 3, right?
Well, number 1, Thirsty Water and
Training. Number 1, right?
Okay.
So, Rand, Egwene, Perrin, Moraine, Lan, Nynaeve, Matt, Elaine, Swan, Leandrin, Lanfear, Asmodean, Samael Moghedien, Elida, Morghese, Galad, Slayer, Fail, Tom.
Wait, Asmodean?
Yeah, we're pretty sure he's going to be in.
I thought you were going by people that we already know are going to be in season 3.
These are people that either we know are going to be in season 3 or we're very confident will be in season 3 because this is what they're adapting, right? Okay. So, Fael, Tom, Carradine, Thane, Dane, Valda, Alviarin, Liane, Varen, Gowan, Loyal, Bane, Chiad, Avienda, Min, the Sea Folk in general, Alana, Luce Theron, Logain, Adelaus, Aram, Ilya, Rain. Yeah, she's back. Latra, Rima, Couladin, and Anvir, right? So those are characters that if anybody from season 2 or 1 that I named, like those are people that are confirmed to be in it, and then the new characters are people that we're assuming or that we have pretty strong hints.
You forgot about all the other characters that we have ideas like Solinda and Migran and.
What about all the Black Aja?
I didn't put anybody in that. I didn't put in the Black Aja in because we put Leandrin in, and like I put when I was doing this list, I'm like, it's Leandrin and these other people. Like they're all just going to be in the same scenes with her, right?
Gotcha.
And the same things for the like the flashback characters. I was like, well, I know that the Crystal Columns are in. So that was a list that I wrote for myself to make sure that I didn't forget a character when I was doing it. But yeah, like we know the Crystal Columns scene. We know that those people are going to be in it. I don't think we're going to. I'm not worried about us forgetting that.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Shall we start with Brand?
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Give me some thoughts about what you think. I want not like this big, overall thing that's going to happen. I want to know like things that are going to happen.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Okay.
You can start with
the big overall. The overall thing.
No, I don't want. We need to break it down. This is why we call it breakdown.
I know. I thought we could be like pretty broad because we have 45 characters to get through.
Well, we're going to be plotting these into the episodes. So you can't just say like one sentence that covers the whole thing because I can't plot those in episodes.
All right. So, I
need specific things that are going to happen with Rand.
Rand is going to learn about leadership by being in charge of Falm in episode 1.
Okay. Well, you don't have to tell me what episode, but that makes sense that it would happen in episode 1. Yeah. So you're saying he's going to basically start ruling Falm?
I think that the tier stuff is going to be in Falm in the beginning of the season. Yeah. Like he's going to have to be dealing with the lords of Falm, and he's going to be getting advised by Elaine and Moraine about how to do that.
Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Anything else, Jen? Any thoughts on things that could be happening?
Somehow
Palpatine return.
He has to go.
Sorry.
Somehow Lanfear return. He figures out that he has to go, or decides that he's going to go to the Waste. And
okay.
Does he in the book know about the columns, or does he find that out when he gets to Rodian?
Not about the columns. He has some idea of Rodian.
Okay.
But he doesn't know what it is, like, or what's there. He just knows. Nobody knows.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's yeah.
Okay. So Rand makes the decision to go to the Waste.
Yeah, I think I'm cheating because somebody mentioned this in chat, but I'm going to throw in Bubble of Evil. I think we mentioned that before, but I want to I want to make sure that okay. And then Rand finds out about his mother and father.
Not part of the Crystal Columns outside of that, or
no, I think in
like
the
he's going to learn like on it.
Yeah, it looks like they tell him about Janduin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a little of that, and then he gets to see a little bit of it in the Crystal Columns too, maybe. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. On the journey to Rodian.
Yeah.
Don't they just like go to Rodian?
Yeah, they just take a portal stone there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
but
there's no journey to Rodian. They just
Rodian.
Yeah, they're on Chandar, and they gotta go down the mountain into the city.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Like they're outside the city, but yeah,
they're basically there.
But there is like, I mean, in the books, right? There's some time from when they get to the portal stone and then travel and then get to Rodian. There is some stuff going on.
How are they getting to the Waste? Do we discuss this?
We did.
Way Gate, probably. I mean, that's the
you know what?
vehicle of choice for the show.
I don't know if they will, because I think a lot of time is going to pass in this season, and I wouldn't be surprised if they hoof it.
But
because
that's a really long walk.
It is, but think about this, right? If you're going to have, and I want to get far afield, but if you're going to have everyone start off from Falm and the girls be in the tower for a significant enough period of time to like form relationships with Galad and Gawain and whatever else, for anything to happen with like Elida and Swan, that has to take time. If Rand just goes to Rodian, like he's going to be like days when they're going through weeks and months, and it's not going to make any sense.
Let's change it. If the show starts with Rand already almost in the Waste, and the girls are already back in the tower, and they just talk about how Elaine and Rand hooked up. Done.
Well, that cuts out
Just
this
like the beginning of
learning
season
about,
2.
learning about leadership and Falm. Then that
No,
It happened, and he just talks about it.
No, I think they're gonna. No, I think they. There's not going to be another time for for these people to be together in the show. This is the last time.
We can see a flashback. What people?
The Two Rivers team.
They don't care about that. It's fine. We have to get Rand to the way.
The show ended. The season 2's last, like before the hot tease, is them together on top of the tower. Like this is the.
And that was it. That was it, guys.
And we're immediately going to split them up and never bring them back together again. No, I think. I mean, whatever. Maybe he just spends a lot of time on the waste before he goes to Rodian. You could do something like that too. But yeah. How people get to wherever they're going in this entire season is a complete mystery to me, and I'm really, really curious about how they do that. Like,
okay.
Hot air balloon.
So
hot air balloon. Yeah.
All right.
Tornado.
So we haven't gotten anywhere in that last few minutes.
Sorry, Joe.
This is going to take a really long time.
All right. Rand pisses off Couladin. Rand goes to Rodian and goes through the crystal columns.
Well, we have the crystal columns already.
Okay.
Rand.
So you're saying there's going to be so we have a encounter with Couladin. Is Savannah going to be involved here, or
I hope not.
No, probably not.
Encounter with Couladin.
Just Rand sword forms with Lan, learning about Aiel culture, Avienda, getting close with Avienda.
So do you think? Okay, wait. Okay, stop right there.
No, keep going.
No, first of all, I can't type that fast. Second of all, you mentioned Rand and Avienda. Is she going to have to sleep in the tent with him? Are they going to do that whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think what else for Rand specifically? Yeah. People are putting in chat, I think it's good. Like Rand's going to you're gonna have we've seen the set of Cold Rock's Hold, but I think Rand is gonna be, learning about Aiel culture, like seeing the hold. I want to go put more of this Avienda stuff though. Sorry, just because we said it, and I think there's a couple of different. Let's throw some stuff in there first before we move on. So Avienda's assigned to Rand basically to teach him about the culture and then sleep in his tent.
Yes.
Yeah, and you find out. This is going into the Avienda piece, but you find out Avienda is going to be training to be a wise one. She's not going to be a maiden anymore. What you call it? She seems to really dislike Rand, and he doesn't know why, and put
Avienda on my list here.
And then I don't think you have an igloo scene or anything like that in this season.
Well, I was going to ask, do the two of them sleep together in this season?
No, I don't think you need that.
No? He hasn't slept with anyone but Egwene since in the whole show. And Lanfear. He's got to sleep with someone.
Lanfear. He's sleeping with Elaine in the beginning.
So he's sleeping with Elaine in this season? He's got to be sleeping with somebody. Yes, I believe he will have sex with somebody in every season. But who? So then who? Not Avienda? Elaine?
I don't think there's going to be time. I don't think there's going to be time for him to sleep with Avienda.
Well, it's the most time he's going to spend is with Avienda.
Yeah, but I don't think there's going to be time in the back half of the season to have
There's always time for a quickie.
It's not a quickie. It's a really longie.
They just pan away on the show.
So when are they going to put that relationship in? Because I
think they can have the relationship and they can consummate it later on. They can do that in season 4.
No,
they can
season
do that
4 is going to be Rand and Min probably, because that's the whole. If it's Dumai's Wells, there's probably going to be Rand and Min time in season 4.
I think you have Avienda at the beginning and then Min at the end, and then he can really feel like a lesher. But he's not going to sleep with Min until after Dumai's Wells.
Oh boy!
I think Jen, what do you think? You think Avienda and Rand are sleeping together in this season?
Yeah, probably.
All right, it's in. We outvote
I
you.
don't know.
I
think we
don't
gotta
know
speed this up.
I think as we go through this, you're going to be shoving that into an episode.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to make any sense for that scene to be in it.
That's what she said.
And I will say this: I think if you're going to do that, it's not going to be anything like it is in the books. Like there's not going to be any igloo.
Nothing is.
I didn't say there was going to be an igloo, man.
No, I'm throwing that out. I'm throwing that out there that it's just going to be like, oh, they slept together. Oops. I just fell.
It'll be in a tent.
I like
It's gonna
it.
be like a really cold night.
Rand. So okay. So we can move past Avienda if you want.
Yes.
Rand. So what does Rand do if the crystal columns is like episode 4, right?
Yeah, I think it's
early
episode on. What, 5? I think it's episode 5.
Okay, 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Yeah.
So that means after
5.
that, I think it's 4. But
what are we doing for the first 5 episodes?
I think 4 is Rodian. The way I did it. 4 is Rodian. 5 is Path to the Spear.
no, it's all one episode. They're not.
Yeah,
what?
What's Roy? What's Roy?
Those are 2 episode titles. 2 different episode titles.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, so I bet you. Okay, so episode 4 or 3 is called Ruridian, and the very end of the episode they get to Ruridian. Is basically,
Yes, I think that's exactly what it is.
So that doesn't count.
Similar to the Damani episode.
Yes, and then the
where
road
it
to the
ends
spear
with
will be the
flashback episode. Yeah.
crystal columns. Okay,
But
so
I think-
after that, what happens?
He goes to Cold Rock's hold.
Okay.
They're going. The whole thing after that is like, hey, I'm the dragon. I'm the Karakarn. I had to declare myself in front of everybody. We got to go to Al-Kardal.
Cold Rock's
and
hold's on the way to Al-Kardal.
Yeah.
Right.
So they go to Cold. They go to Cold
and they're
Rock's
chasing
hold.
Couladin. The rest of it is just a chase to Couladin. And and Rand is very certain that there's Forsaken around, but he doesn't know who it is, and he thinks that guy might be this guy or what might be this.
This is
or
exactly
whoever.
what you can't do because that's like a mosh.
Right, I understand, but like asked,
we can't do it that way. This is gonna take. We already spent 10 minutes just on Rand, and we're not even done. This is gonna take like way too long. We have to just be broad right now.
Journey to Cold Rock's hold. What happens at Cold Rock's hold?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. They just go there and that's it.
They just go there. I don't think you said that you have that they're gonna get attacked by Shadow Spawn there.
Okay, we could have the Shadow Spawn attack there.
Oh, Cold Rock's hold.
And then they're chasing.
Idea.
Right, that's when they're at Kolvark's hold. They're attacked by Shadow Spawn. That's when you can find out that Couladin also is declaring himself Karakarn, and now he's got a lead on them. To
all right, did nobody here mentioned anything about Kadir?
I did.
We didn't get up to Kadir yet.
I did, and you told me to stop because I was giving you too much stuff.
Yeah, you're getting too far, man. I can't type that fast.
Well, that's fine. So yeah, I think that the back half of the season is Rand is convinced that they're Forsaken around him in disguise, and he's trying to figure out who they are.
Okay, why does he think that though?
And I think here you go. I think that the show is going to start to try and tease the audience about whether he's going mad, is he paranoid, or is he correct?
Okay.
But and I also think that he is, much like in the books, he decides to go to the waste first to throw the Forsaken off of his trail after the bubble of evil comes. Right? He's like, I can't do what everyone's expecting me to do. Everyone's expecting me to go back to Carrion or go to Tyr or whatever. I'm going to go to the waste. I'm going to throw everybody off my track.
I feel like the show has not. The show is making it like Lanfear just knows where he is almost at all times, but she can just go in his dream and find out where he is. So like he's not
right, but he's not worried about Lanfear. He's worried about the other Forsaken.
Oh, and he thinks Lanfear is not going to tell the other Forsaken. So is there a Rand and Lanfear scene in season 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What's
I
that?
think that I don't know. There'd be like 18 of them. I think
there's
going to be.
Scenes. That's more than 2 scenes an episode.
I think there's going to be multiple scenes with the two of them. I think that
give me an example of a scene with her.
I think there'll be a scene in the beginning where she's going to warn him that the other Forsaken are loose and that she can't protect him and that all he can do is try and become as powerful as possible, as fast as possible. I think then there'll probably be a few scenes in his dreams while he's in the waste her, whatever, threatening Moraine and warning him about this and trying to goad him into, eventually, like, you find out over the course of the season that she's trying to goad him into finding these powerful items in Rordian that the two of them can use.
You think that's one scene?
No, I think that's multiple scenes over the course of the season. And then, like, I think there's going to be a scene at the end of the season where she's going to try and kill Moraine, and then they're going to either actually die or, I don't know, or fall into a redstone doorway.
Anything else with Rand? Any
yeah, well, we talked about. I think he's going to hear Luz Theron in his head by the end of the season.
Okay.
I think that's going to be like one of the cappers. Is that, or like one of the things in the last episode?
Okay.
Is that he's going to hear.
Do you think he's going to fight Asmodean?
Yes, I think we
didn't have that as a set piece, did we?
Yeah, but I do think I don't know if it's going to be like the same kind of like we're destroying Rordian thing, but like I think
is he gonna
I think he's going to fight and capture Asmodean as someone who could actually train him.
Okay. All right. Let's jump down to Matt. No clue what the fuck Matt's doing, except he's going to Sanchico.
Okay. All right, so here we go.
Does he go to the tower with the girls?
Yeah.
Yes. I think.
Are we going to see that trip back to the White Tower from Falm?
No, I think you're going to see in episode 1. I think I hate it. I hate it. I talked about how I hated it, but I hate it, and I think it's going to happen anyway. But I think the dagger is going to be stolen from him, and he's going to collapse. And they're like, he was never healed from it. He's got to go back to the tower. When you girls go back, you're going to take him with him.
The dagger hasn't been his, though. And why would he collapse all of a sudden? He hasn't been with the dagger in months.
He's carrying it around on a stick with a rope.
Yeah, but it doesn't. He's not touching it. And
he's not touching it.
I think they were pretty clear in the show, and I think after questions about it later on that he's cheating the dagger by not physically touching it.
I understand, but literally, the only other reason that he would go to the tower is bad writing. So I have to give something to happen. Something's going to happen to him.
I'm going to vote for bad writing.
Like literally, like he was imprisoned there the last time he went. There's no way he would go back. He has to not be conscious.
I'm going to tell you.
Only reason.
I'm going to tell you why he goes back. He goes back to make sure that the girls get back safely.
Why would he do that?
Because he feels guilty about being such a shit friend, leaving Egwene to cry all by herself and leaving his friends behind, that he's like, I'm going to make sure that they get there safe.
So instead of going to the Two Rivers, which is threatened by White Cloaks and Trollocs,
Matt doesn't want to go back to the Two Rivers. He never wants to go back to the Two Rivers.
All the first season, that's the only thing he wants to do.
No,
until
I know,
he doesn't.
But now he's like, I don't want to go back.
Or going with Rand to stay with the Dragon Reborn, who he tried to save and almost killed. He's gonna just take a trip with the girls, like that's the least threatening thing. But okay, fine. So fine. That's what he does. So you're on team, which is where me and Brendan were, that you thought we were wrong. That is the Acheron die. That's it. What he's got now is it. He's gonna keep the dagger.
I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that question.
Right.
I can't begin to answer that.
Okay, so that's it. So anyway, he starts off in Falm. He goes with the girls to the tower. I think that's where he's at.
Girls back. Okay. That's where we're all right. We've got that. He at some point goes to Tanchico.
Fighting Galad and Gowan.
I think
we have that already.
In the tower.
Yeah.
No, you have it already.
It's a set piece.
I know, but I thought you were writing down all the beats.
All the set pieces are already there. Now we're just talking about story beats.
I already have it listed.
So confused.
All right.
Okay, fine.
Just things that aren't set pieces, that are character pieces that we want to throw in. All right.
The set pieces already down.
I think in this season he gets his luck, and then he goes to leave the girls or whatever it is. See this again. I think it works better if you're really doing the Dragon Reborn plotline where he wakes up in the tower and they're already gone. And that works better. And he's just like, I'm getting out of here, or then they can still be there and they leave around the same time.
I
But
think they're gonna.
Wakes,
it just saves time if they all leave together. It just.
I don't think they're all leaving together. I think he goes after them. I think that it makes sense that he finds out they're in trouble and goes after them. Like, I think he might go with, just because John has mentioned the fact that in one of his videos that she's in this too. I think he can go with Min instead of going with Tom. Like, he can go with Min.
Min gets, so I guess Min goes back. Well, we'll talk about Min in a minute.
Yeah, but so I think right. He wakes up. He fights them. He leaves. I think if he wakes up and he has his luck now, and then he has this lucky night, and he's like, "Oh, I heard that, I heard that there's Black Aja there, or whatever. That they know that Elaine's coming, and they're planning to kill her." And he's like, "All right, I gotta go after them." Right, and then he goes with Min, and they go on an adventure.
Why would he go hang out with Min again?
Because he's an idiot.
And if he does, why are they not going to be a couple?
Because she loves Rand.
Yeah.
Not yet on the show.
No, they've already met.
They've met, but she doesn't love Rand. Like, if Min and Matt are together again, all TV history points to the fact that they would become a couple eventually. I don't think they'll be together again.
I mean, Matt spends a significant amount of time with Elaine, and they don't become a couple.
Yeah,
they should have.
They would have been cool if they were a couple, to be honest with you.
No, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't. I don't think Matt and Min are gonna be hanging out again.
So maybe Min goes. Maybe Min goes with the girls.
Do we know that Min is into Chico? Is that
only from what John said?
Yeah, John said he is.
Yeah, that there's evidence that they're there, that she's there. I mean. She could go with the girls, and then he goes after all of them on his own. Or I guess they could. I mean, whatever. They could all go together. That's fine. It doesn't make a difference. This whole storyline is stupid. We
haven't made any progress.
Guess what? I'm gonna tell you right now. It doesn't make a difference. He's gonna fight Galad.
We have that.
Maybe Galad and Gowan. I'm telling you what his storyline is. And then he's going to do nothing for the other 7 episodes.
He's going to meet Tom.
Okay. Yeah. Let's try to give him things to do, though, Tom. Let's try.
Why do that? It's not going to happen.
All right.
He's not doing anything.
He meets up with Tom.
In Tanchico.
Great. Did you meet up with Tom and Is that where they meet, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
You don't think Tom's going to be like at the Tarvalon, or?
No, I think they're going to find him there.
Okay, meets up with Tom and Tanchico. That's all Tom has. He does like 3 or 4 things in the entire. I have Finn, right? We put Finland in there, so there's got to be something leading up. Okay, so they're looking for. Well, they're looking for Black Aja at this point, right? They're not
right, and the Black Aja are looking for something. They're looking for the Black Aja. Okay, they're all in the Panarch's palace, in the museum.
Basically, while helping the girls hunt Black Aja, they stumble across a cache of objects of the power.
Sure,
museum.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's
No, I think the door is going to be there too. I think everything's going to be in that. Like, they're all going to be in like one big place, and like this is going to be like similar to like, oh, we got the like, it's just there. They're okay.
Somebody helped us. We got it.
Right.
We got the horn. Let's go.
Right. And yeah, I think that's it. And he's going to kind of just go into it, because why? Doesn't make a difference. Nothing that he does.
You're starting to sound like Mike Tyson now, Tom.
That would be the first time that anyone's ever told me that.
You didn't hear his recent when the 14-year-old girl was interviewing him for the fight that's tonight?
No.
He was talking. Go look it up.
Okay.
It's very, very Nietzsche. Nothing matters. We're all dust. Basically, like something like that. And the poor 14-year-old girl's like, "Thanks for sharing that." Anyway, That's all. Jen, do you have anything, since Tom doesn't think Matt's doing anything, do you have any thoughts on what you think Matt might be doing?
To be cool.
Think of like his Dragon Reborn.
Well, Joe already told me that I can't put any of that stuff in because that's not happening.
No, like not none of it.
Trying to think if there's anything I can.
You did. He said no. He's just going to go with the girls, which means he's not going to do any of the stuff that he does in the Dragon Reborn.
Oh, because
like any of the cool things, because he's just with them.
He's going to rescue them, but he's not. He doesn't need to rescue them in this, right?
Well, I think that he does. You said that you didn't want that in there, so no, that he doesn't do anything.
Rescuing them? What is he rescuing them from?
Black Aja.
The same thing. He could just be like, oh, they're there. They know that, like, the same thing. They could go find them, and then he can find out that they know that they're coming, and it's a trap to get them.
What if he does?
I can't.
What if he goes to Camelin and hears the shit that he hears in the book and goes after them after that?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Samael's in here.
So the reason I have trouble with this is, right, so if Matt is escorting the girls back to the White Tower because he feels guilty about being a shitty friend and he wants to make sure they get back there safely, then they leave and he just doesn't go with them.
That's why I don't think that doesn't work. It's bad writing. It doesn't work.
Well, yeah.
It works.
We gotta put some bad writing into this episode.
Well, that's true. But I feel it works much better if he wakes up in the tower and he doesn't and he's just like, I'm leaving.
He just got shipped to the tower. Did he get clocked on the head at the beginning of the season?
I think the thing that makes sense,
black cloaked figure.
The thing that makes sense is that he's got to get clear of the dagger again. That something happens
that's bad
he passes out.
There.
No, you can have it be like, hey, it happened when or you have the bubble of evil affect him or something, whatever. But like whatever it is, he's out. He needs to be healed from the dagger. He goes back to the tower with the girls. He wakes up, pieces out, says, I'm not staying here anymore. Good luck, everybody.
Jen, do you think this is going to happen?
Like, this is the difference between giving Matt a storyline and having Matt just be baggage. That's what you're doing, right?
I don't like any of the things that you're saying how to get him to the tower. I don't think it makes any sense for it to be like, the dagger again. Like, I hate that. I hate that he's just like, I'm going to go where the girls go. It's like you wrote a character in that doesn't exist.
He's just there because
like a fan fiction character. Yeah, like what?
So do you have any other thoughts then of what he could be doing?
Like going with the girls to Tanchico from Farm made sense to me because you could say, Rand said, I need you guys to handle or help me. So Perrin, you go back to the Two Rivers. Matt, you go with them, and then I'll go to the whatever. But now, if we're pretty sure that the girls are going to go back to the tower first. Yeah.
What if they don't know why? To the tower first, what if they do something else? What if they go to Tanchico, then go back to the tower?
What if there's a tower in Tanchico? No,
I will tell you honestly, that makes so much more sense for me if the Tanchico stuff was in the first half of the season.
Yeah, I don't even think they need to go back to the tower. I actually don't think it makes sense for them to go back to the tower.
It doesn't. But
we already have.
What if they're on their way back to the tower? Right, they're taking a sea folk ship around, right, to get back. I guess to go to like Tyr, and then they'll go up. And they stop at Tanchico, and like something happens where now they're stuck there. Like they get into something in Tanchico.
Again, I think the only thing is that we've heard enough like kind of circumstantial evidence that like the girls are in the tower at least at some point to like interact with Elida and
no, I know that's what I'm saying. And then after they're in Tanchico, then they go back. Then they keep going. Tower. It's just a stop, and they get stuck. They get waylaid in Tanchico for a couple of episodes, and then they go on to
no
the
way.
Tower.
No.
You know what? Whatever. It works better for the girls, I guess.
If the show starts with, we think, Leandrin and the Black Aja like ransacking the tower and fighting everyone.
Yeah, it has to end with that.
Then it has to end with that.
Yeah,
that can't be like
the girls can't be just, in the tower at that point.
No, they're not.
Yeah. No. But I think what Jen's saying is like if that's the kickoff to the season, the season has to end with that storyline being resolved, not be resolved in episode 3. Right?
Yes.
So, they have to get to Tanchico. I think Here's my question for you.
Yes.
We didn't have nothing.
We haven't gotten very far in this.
Matt goes through the door into the Finland.
From Falm and then
For
winds up
4
in Dutch.
episodes.
Where does he come out?
It comes out in the White Tower.
Oh my God.
So,
In the basements of the White Tower.
So, wait. Now, are there more doors in the show, or is there no door in Falm? There's only a door in Tanchico and then maybe one in Rodian, or is there no door in Rodian and that's not how Moghedian? That's how Moraine and Lanfear's story ends. Like, what are we doing door wise? Are we doing a door in the beginning of the season?
No. I don't
because
think
that
so.
really helps propel. I think you're right. I think there's one door.
I think I like the idea of it being towards the end of the season. Like that's kind of Matt's climax.
Mm-hmm.
Is him going through the Finns, maybe episode 7. Matt always does weird stuff in episode 7, I guess, except for
be not in it. That was pretty weird.
Always.
It was pretty weird in the first season.
That was the end of episode 6. See,
what if Moraine like sends him back to the tower? I'm gonna say the dagger, even though I hate it. What if she's like, you're not fully healed, and like you are going to be manipulated by the dagger again if you don't go back. Like you have to go back, and he begrudgingly goes back.
Okay. Does he go with the girls, or the girls are already back?
Yeah,
there?
sure. He can go with them. I don't like the idea of him like getting sick. I don't know.
Not having agency. You want him to have agency.
Yeah, like her to be like them to have like a conversation about it, and then him be like, "All right, like I'll go," because like, and she's her. I don't know. Maybe like does Moraine hear about what happens in the tower, or like
I don't know. That's tough.
Like how much the timing of everything is going to be weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so weird because the girls are already out of the tower before that happens, right?
No, I think something
happens while they're back.
No, it happens before. No, before they get back. I think it happens.
It happens right before they get back.
I think
it's like happening. I think it's happening
while they're on their way back.
I don't know.
No,
I want it to be happening during the events of season 2, episode 8, but I don't think it can be because we don't have enough Aes Sedai that we know available in the tower to fight them.
I think it's going to be more along the lines of like they're in Falm for a while, and before they leave to go back to the tower, this thing happens. So when they get back, the tower's in disarray.
Okay,
I think your tower storyline is basically a long, slow fall towards like complete breaking.
So then,
this season.
So Moraine tells Matt he has to go with them back to the White Tower to get fully healed.
Suggests.
Suggests. Yeah. Matt, for some reason, agrees to go back to the place where he was imprisoned for 6 months to get healed by women he doesn't trust.
Yep.
That's in the book, too.
I don't think he has much of a choice, right? Isn't he like almost unconscious?
Well, he's like pretty much dead.
Yeah. So he's not like.
But I don't want to. It's like he already got over the dagger.
I know. I agree with you. That's why I don't like him having to go back because of the dagger.
I don't either, but like I don't like any other reason for him going back is like, yeah, sure, they captured me for 6 months, but I'm okay with it.
We could, like I said, you get hit over the head again by Tomas or whoever.
I just don't like him being like naive, Egwene, Elaine. I'm gonna protect you guys, and I'll take like Egwene just like kills him. I don't know. I just don't they don't need him. Not that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that matters because they don't need him in the book either, but.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like they ask him to come and protect them.
No, they're mad about it, but I just think,
someone suggested in chat that maybe...
Which is very much the relationship that he has with them in the books.
Right. Yeah. No, I know.
Someone suggested in chat that, like, Rand asked him to go with them.
Well, yeah, Rand asked Tom to go with the
girls to
watch. To watch.
Yeah, but, like, you could do that, too, and say, like, hey, look.
But I'm saying, it could be that could be, like, the surrogate, right? It's instead Rand asked Matt to go with them.
Lan.
To keep an eye on
doesn't Lan also ask?
Lan asks Julie.
Lan asks.
Julie.
Oh,
Then,
Right,
to
yeah.
watch
Rand is
Nynaeve.
okay. So maybe like Rand and Lan both come to him in separate scenes and ask
All right,
him
I'm going
to
to say,
go with
yeah.
them.
All right, so let's just do that.
Like, all
it's in the
right.
books. It makes some sense.
Okay, that works. And then, yeah, I still think he gets. I think it works better if he leaves.
And he feels
And
like
then
he owes it to Rand to do this, even though
Right.
he's
After he just almost killed him.
Right.
yeah. Okay.
But like he drops him off and he's like, "See ya," leaves. I like the fact. I actually like the fact that he goes to Caitlin and like finds out. Like that's we were
So he
wondering how
drops them
somebody else.
off, meets Galad and Gowan, fights them, and
On
then
his
says,
way out.
I'm out of
Yeah.
here. I go to Camelin.
Finds,
Why does he go to Camelin anyway? He goes to
give a
Camelin
letter
because
to
Elaine.
Morghese.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean that could happen. Elaine could say, "Here, Matt,
Bring this letter to my mom. Yeah.
bring this letter to my mom. You've done your job, getting out.
Yeah, like
now do another job."
Elida could be there, and she could be like, "Oh, my mother is like causing chaos. Like, I need
Right.
you to bring this letter to." What did I say, Elida or Elida?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he goes there, and then Samin or Ramael, whatever his name is going to be, is there with Morghese, and he overhears the same shit, but then he doesn't know where they are. Like,
No, I think he just over here. The girls have gone to Tenchico. We have a trap.
oh,
set
they're in
for them.
Tenchico. He knows. Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. So he could be. It could even be like. It could be like Samael talking to Jacob Carradine instead of whoever the guy is in the book, and then like sending
Komar.
Yeah, Komar.
Yeah.
Sending Jacob Carradine to Tenchico to get them, and then he goes, and then Matt's like, you know what I mean? Like using the characters that we have already.
I like it.
I mean,
like
yeah,
it.
this is basically the book, so
Yeah.
I like it.
There we
But I
go.
bet you none of
wrote
this
it.
is
I
gonna
wrote
be
it. I came
there.
up with it all on
None
my
of
own.
this
guys.
is going to be there.
What if?
Yeah, that's fine.
So basically the same thing, right? He goes to Camelin to deliver the letter to Morghese. He overhears the nefarious plot to kill Elaine. And then so why not meet? So you still know he's meeting Tom in Tenchico. He doesn't meet Tom here or in Tarvalon.
Yeah. I think
Still,
I think you might get a Bail Doman scene here. That's how he gets there.
goes to Tenchico via Doman ship. Okay.
From Camelin to Tenchico.
Down and
the
over.
River Aranel or whatever it is, all the way down and then around.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we did it.
Could be
we did it,
could take a
guys.
sea folk ship too.
Yeah, I think the girls are going to take the Sea Folk ship. I think that makes the most sense.
Okay. Are we gonna get the scene? So if Matt does doorway, are we putting it in here that he goes in Tenchico and then comes out in Ruidian?
I hate that.
I hate that too.
What I hate more is that Matt does not become the leader of the Band of the Red Hand because he's not in Cariad.
But if you guys think that Rand is coming back at the end of this season, then they can meet back up somewhere. If he's done in the waste and he's back.
I want to be clear. I don't think that he's gonna magically come out because I also think if like the way that we're kind of plotting all this out is that doorway is going to be used. He's not going to be walking through it, right? Like unless he comes out and he's hanging from the tree, and when Rand's done with the battle, he sees that.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just feel like the original idea was like,
well, there's
Matt's
your
supposed to be in the waste, so we have to get him there.
So
How
wait
are we gonna get him?
wait a sec. You just said something that makes sense, that they could do that makes sense for him to, because he never comes out of the doorway.
Yeah, he gets thrown out.
The second time, at least. He does, right? The first time he goes in, he does walk out. The second time, he's just out in Ruidian hanging from a tree. So that could be what happens. He's just all of a sudden, right? He goes into the doorway, all the shit happens. Like you said, Rand comes out of the crystal columns or whatever, or whatever's going on.
It'd be Rand's fighting Asmodean.
Rand's fighting Asmodean, and he's just all of a sudden he sees Matt hanging from a tree in Ruidian.
Yeah, I get it. That's it.
Okay, I'm putting it in there.
That's it. Yeah. Just Asmodean's about to win, and all of a sudden, just two boots hit him from the back of the head. And it's just Matt hanging from a tree.
All right, so we got some Matt stuff in here.
I don't like it. I'm just gonna
Two,
say it.
you're
For posterity.
You prefer? I just out of curiosity. I understand because I do think it's like weird.
but it makes more
you
sense
prefer
if
that
it's
Matt-
than him going
Yeah.
in a door in one place and coming out a door in another location.
No, he'd come out the same door.
No, I'm
It's-
saying
He doesn't do that. He doesn't do
Yes, he
that
does.
in Rordian. He does not come out that door. He gets thrown. I mean,
doesn't-
we don't
maybe
know
he
what
does
happens.
fly out the door.
He
does-
goes in and exits the same door both
in the
times. He's
beginning.
not-
The first
No,
time
he's
You
never
don't see
thrown
how he gets
out
out.
of the same door that he
you
walked
do not
through.
know that.
No.
You do not.
No.
Nothing in there. It just it goes black, right? And then next thing you know,
the
he's
spear
hanging
gets
from
thrown
it.
at him, and he's hanging.
Yeah.
Same door that he went into. What are you
No.
talking about?
No,
No, you don't know that.
Went
don't-
in
no,
Rodian.
but there's nothing that says that like he goes through the door. There's
He doesn't go. He
No,
doesn't walk
they
out of it.
toss him out.
He doesn't.
You
He didn't
assume
toss
that
that. He's hanging from a spear. He's not
I just
tossed.
assumed
They-
that, they exit him from the door
Yeah.
and hang him from a tree.
Well,
They
I'll
exit
say
him
this,
from the
right?
Finland. It doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean he goes through that door.
Matt.
You don't
is,
know that he goes
Matt
through
is
the door.
Matt is
I know,
very
but-
clear himself that he doesn't go out through the door. The spear is what gets him out the second time, because that's the spear that gets him back in. He said that's the bargain. He's like, I want a way out of here,
Yeah.
and they throw the spear at him. The spear is what gets him out of there the second time.
But he's in the same location that he was
Yes.
in when he walked. It's not like he's hanging from a tree in the Two Rivers.
No, you're right.
no,
He's hanging
but
from a
he's-
tree. The
Or
door's
at-
like
or
right
at the
here.
Tower
He's
of
hanging
Genji,
from
yeah.
the tree
I
over
don't know.
here.
I don't remember the proximity of the door, to be honest with you.
I mean, whatever. It's in the same.
Yes.
It's in the same
I mean,
courtyard.
and
Yeah.
he's. Come on, just
What I'm saying is,
getting
you
so
don't know
mad.
for sure
He
that he
came-
got out that door because
he didn't
so you're
literally
saying- so
physically
then-
come out the door, but that's the door that he came out. That's
do you
the
mean
door
he
he
didn't
was in,
lit-
and that's why he's
So if he
there.
didn't physically come out that door, then what's the problem?
The problem is you're saying he didn't come out of the same door the second time, but
He didn't walk
but he's
out
in
of
the
the-
same.
I didn't
he
say
didn't
the
walk
same
out
door.
the door.
I said he maybe there's no evidence that he came through the door.
Right.
the door.
Right,
Yeah.
but he was exited
So who
from
hangs
Finland
him?
into the same
So
location.
the Finland
they
come
do.
out. So the Finland came. The Finn
What was
came
magic?
out
I don't fucking know.
of into this world and hung him.
No, with magic.
So they went.
No.
But he left.
They stood by the doorway and peeked out and did
I
magic.
don't
Yes, the smell?
know. I don't know, but it's the same.
I
what do
think
people
it's
say?
more of like a
Jack?
snap my fingers, Matt's out hanging from a tree type.
He's
of deal.
out
Yeah.
of the door that he went into. That's all I want you to say.
I don't think that he goes through the door when he leaves.
I don't think so either.
Again, when Matt goes back into the tower, when they go back to Tower Genji to get Moraine, and they're trying to figure out how to get back out, they're stuck in there and they can't get out. And that's when Matt realizes, holy shit, that's what this thing means.
Jen, this
that's
is
been
a-
written on my spear the whole
This is
time.
a Maria question. See
Right?
if- let's see if she knows this. Write this down.
Right?
We can
Thus
ask
is the
Maria.
bargain kept, right? Thus is
Yeah.
the bargain kept, whatever the whole thing is,
So
right?
he cuts his
This-
way out.
Right. The spear is what got him out the first time. The spear is what gets him out the second time. The spear is something that can get him out. Like the spear gets thrown at him. He goes flying with the spear and ends up pinned onto the tree. I don't think he goes through the door necessarily, but I don't know how exactly that works. You don't know. And like someone's pointing out the door is significantly far enough away from the tree that like he probably didn't fly through the door and get pinned to the tree. So it's magic. I don't know. But at least timing wise, it would still work out if he ends up at the end of here. Like Rand's probably going to be back in Rodian at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he does end up in the tree, like he can get into that storyline. I just don't like the fact that it's like, oh, Rand's coming back. Let me travel across the country for some unknown. Like if you can get
it's
them
just more
together at the end of the
traveling.
season,
Yeah.
like get them together and like have that happen.
Yeah.
Have that like be
Maybe
part of that
maybe
battle.
something that Matt says, like one of his wishes, it has something to do with Rand. Like I just wish I was back with Rand or something like that. And that's how he ends up in Ruidian.
I like that. Okay. We've logistically aside, he goes through the doorway. Does he get wishes or questions? Or both?
You want to go to that part? I'm
I think
going
if
to
it's one
say
thing,
it's probably a mixture.
I think he's only supposed to get one, and he forces his way to get both. And that's why they throw the spear at him.
It seems like too many then, like 6 different things that are happening. I feel like they're going to say 3. It's going to be 3, but it'll be a mixture of questions and
yeah, you really only need the Daughter of the Nine Moons bit, like,
because he's already in Viridian. He'll already be in Viridian, so that
yeah.
one's out the window.
Right?
I hate this.
To die and to live again.
Well, it's to give up half the light of the world to save the world.
Save the world. Right.
I don't know if you need that one. You could kind of get rid of that one. Matt going, yeah.
Right. Right. He can figure it out anyway and cut his own eye out just to do it. Like in the end, if that happens.
Yes. I don't think that's. Right. I don't think that needs.
Right. The Daughter of the Nine Moons is the one that you need the
Daughter of the Nine Moons. He needs the Ashandarai. If I don't.
And he needs the medallion.
And he needs the Foxhead medallion. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he doesn't have holes in his memories, so he doesn't need that. No. But he's gonna. I don't know.
Perrin?
Yeah.
This rate, we're going to need about 10 episodes to go through this whole thing, but...
Perrin follows the book storyline. That's it. We don't need to go into anything. He just does the stuff that's
we want to get a few beats that you think are going to be definitely in there, so...
he rallies the...
He hears about White Cloaks.
Two Rivers.
Do you think he just automatically goes because... No, because...
Rand asks him to go.
No, he goes. No, he says no. He says, "I'm going. I'm sorry, I'm leaving." Rand's like, "Yeah, I heard I can't go. You please go." Yeah. I think he goes because of guilt, and I think he goes because the Two Rivers is in trouble, and he feels like he can protect it.
Okay, so he hears about White Cloaks, Two Rivers.
Is it White Cloaks or Trollocs? Does he hear about?
I think it's going to be the White Cloaks, and he knows because then he's like,
he knows why.
He knows I killed this dude's father. He's going to go kill my family.
I think he meets
Only I get to kill my family.
That's right. Episode 2, I think he meets Fael.
Just like on the way?
Yeah, how does he meet Fael?
I don't think on the way. I think it could be. I think he's going to take the ways there with Loyal and Bane and Chiad, and I think that, like she's going to be in the Two Rivers. I think she's just going to be there. Maybe she got there with Lord Luke, you know?
Why did Bane and Chiad go? I understand why Loyal goes.
Because Aviendha owes him a life debt. She's not allowed to pay it because the Wise Ones are calling her back to the waste.
Okay.
And she asks her sisters to watch him.
Okay, for her.
On her behalf, yeah.
Okay, so they travel the ways. He travels the ways with Loyal, Bane, and Chiad. Elias at all in this? No.
No.
I think they're right. Wasn't there some thought that he might be in this season?
I don't know.
But it's unnecessary. What's you gonna do? Well, you should let everybody in Two Rivers die. Come hang out with me in the woods.
They're not your pack.
He just meets her casually in the Two Rivers. There's no like big emotional or spectacular.
No, I think that
is she part of the rescue? Maybe she's captured with some other people. Like
no. I think she's part of the rescue. I think that
she's one of the rescuers.
Right. I think that she's a hunter for the horn. She's a hunter for the horn that's in the Two Rivers. She could have come here with Lord Luke, but like doesn't trust him. That's all you need to say. And like I think as opposed to the books where their relationship is consummated in marriage, that this season will just end with them being in a relationship. Like that'll be like the consummation. Is that
okay? So this is more just like them getting to know each other and flirty type stuff happening.
And apparently finally moving past the guilt of murdering his first wife by saying,
"Is that how he's introduced to her? Like she wants to be part of the rescue team, just because I don't know, she's a hunter for the horn and she's
no. They have to have a meet cute.
I think she's probably introduced to him like in the Wine Spring Inn.
Perrin goes to visit his wife's grave, and Fael's there.
No, like something, but something where like she's riding a horse past. I don't know. They have to meet in like a.
I think they're not gonna. I think they're gonna like not like each other at first. Perrin's not gonna trust her until he realizes that she doesn't trust Luke.
How do they meet though? She's just there. She's in the wine. I
think she's in the Wine Spring Inn. Yeah, like I think he's gonna go there, and he's gonna be like, and it's gonna be Dreamweaver. You know.
And then she talks, and he hates her.
Right. What a bee! What a bee!
So they spend a little bit of time together before this rescue thing that we're putting in here.
Yeah, I don't think the rescue is probably going to happen until like the 3rd or 4th episode. I think he's got to get to the 2 rivers, find out what's going on. That's going to take a little bit of time, and then he's going to build up to going like, we're going to get them out, and then we're going to hunt Trollocs, and that's the back half.
Okay, so she's just kind of there then. So he meets her. She's just a new character in the Wine Spring. Maybe he meets her, and she's just kind of there and inserts herself into things. And
he really starts falling in love with her when she does the dance.
She does the Sasara. There's a night where they're dancing, and she does the Sasara.
Like the slow motion Sasara.
Right. Yeah, I mean, she could like you can even have like the.
I like this whole Sasara, Fael Sasara in the Wine Spring. I think this is
Joe just wants to sex up this whole season.
No, I just think this is something that that the show would do. That's why I'm putting it in there.
Yeah, I think she can. I think he's going to like really care for her or like her relatively quickly, and most of this season is not going to be about like, oh, I don't like her. Yes, I really do. That it is going to be like, I really like this woman, but I still feel guilty about what I did to my wife, and then like moving past that. Yeah. So I think that there's going to be like, and again, because like this, again, I think this season's going to take time. I think there's going to be a significant amount of time that's going to pass in between some of these episodes where you can just have like, okay, their relationship has moved to a different point, even if it's not they're a couple or anything like that.
What? All right. So does Perrin? Who else does Perrin? Who does Perrin interact with? We know they're
Tam and Abel.
No, we know one of the is it Alcine or something's going to be in this.
Well, right? Alcine, yeah, well, all the Alcines, I think. Jack Alcine is the dad,
and I think there's a scene between Perrin and him. So maybe there's I think you're just gonna have like Perrin rounds up the farmers. Perrin fails to convince the Tinkers to join him. Right, I think you're gonna have. Oh, is there a Tinker meeting before the Tinker attack? Does he run into Tinker? Yeah. He runs into Tinkers on the way back to Two Rivers.
I think you do something similar to like what happens in the books, where he gets hurt, they help heal him or attend to his wounds. He tries to convince them to come back. They refuse, and then when he gets back, like they come behind him all torn up, and that's you have Aram pick up the sword.
So he's gonna get injured. There's a Slayer encounter. Yeah. Here. Is there more than one Slayer encounter, you think? We have the big set piece.
Probably two.
Yeah, I think two.
At least two.
Is this like an intro? Perrin's in the wolf. What is Perrin going to the wolf dream for? Oh, Hopper calls.
To try and find. He's trying to find out like where the Trollocs are coming from.
But he doesn't know anything about that, like that he can do that in the wolf dream.
No, I think he's going to
Hopper.
That's what I'm saying. Hopper's gonna maybe like Hopper calls him into the wolf dream when he's sleeping. Like that's how they could introduce Perrin learning about it. Like Perrin's sleeping, he's having a weird dream, and you see like Hopper appear, and Hopper starts.
Yeah, you can honestly start that. You could start doing that in the first episode. Like that Perrin's in the dream, or whatever. But I think
so. I want to go on this one though. Does Hopper talk to him, or he's just? He shows him the images.
Or is this where you have Elias, and Elias is his wolf dream guide?
Could he be in the wolf dream too, Elias?
He could be.
He'd just be like explaining what Hopper's doing a little bit, because just images is not gonna go very far. I know, but I mean, like, what's it gonna show him? How's it gonna?
Yeah, but I think you can do in the wolf dream, like, hey, like we could talk. I could talk to you here or whatever. Alan. Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't know. Who's the voice of Hopper? Like
the voice of Hopper. John Rhys Davies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then good. Yeah, I like that.
There we go. I like the idea though, the Hopper calling with the wolf dream. Yes. How is that communication going? I mean, we have already seen Hopper show Perrin images.
Right, and Perrin understands them.
It's just going to be a lot of kind of images and Perrin kind of having a talk with images. Basically, he's just Marcus and. Is just kind of like talking out loud to himself, but to Hopper. Yeah,
but I think you're also going to have like, again, I think I think he might interact with some heroes from the Horde in the dream.
Oh boy.
I think you're gonna. Yeah, I put in the Tower of Genji in this.
Oh, okay. You think a Brigida appearance then?
Yeah, I think a Brigida appearance and
Real Brigida?
Real Brigida. Actual, I think she's gonna be in this season as a character.
I do think she's gonna be in it. I have a hard time putting her in here with Perrin just because there's so much shit going on in the season. And with that storyline, I feel like that might be something they just cut. Like he doesn't even know about Tower Genji is nothing to Perrin. I don't think he's going to be Brigida. I think the Brigida would be with the girls.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Just to kind of streamline things. But I don't know.
But they're not going into Nynaeve and Elaine, as far as we know, are not going into Tel'aran'rhiod.
They might get the Dream Tier Angriel and before they leave the tower.
That's one of the reasons. Yeah, when we get to the girls, we can talk into that. But I think all the girls are going. The Dream Tier Angriel is going to be given to them, and then Egwene's going to be like, "You can use it. I don't need it."
So I say like there's probably a scene with Perrin going into the Wolf Dream. Hopper could guide him, whatever. I think that makes sense for that to happen. It doesn't seem too cockeyed. And then like he warns him about Slayer, right? I guess that's like maybe that's like the early interaction. Is
right, he kills wolves.
Yeah. In the same scene, maybe Perrin starts. Maybe he shows him. Do you think Hopper takes Perrin to Slayer to show him?
Yeah, or I think Perrin sees him and then asks him who he is, and Hopper explains who he is and explains to Perrin that if you die in the Wolf Dream, you die forever. Like,
okay.
Like, start setting those stakes up. I think that this season is going to seriously explain a lot of the rules of Tel'aran'rhiod.
Yeah, I mean, between this and Egwene's and the Wise Ones, right? Yep.
So, and the Forsaken. You're going to get a lot of it from everybody.
Forsaken. So we also obviously know that Perrin's going to be we put this in here, right? The Battle of Two Rivers. Other stuff, there's an encounter with Slayer. Maybe Slayer. The big encounter with Slayer is probably maybe episode.
It's before the battle,
6 or 7, right? And then the Battle of Two Rivers would be episode 8. No,
the Battle of Two Rivers is episode 7. I think that's called Golden Eyes, and that's probably the end of Perrin's story.
Oh, that's right. The chapter titles, yeah. So maybe there's a battle with Slayer. It could be earlier in that episode.
Yeah, it could all be one episode. I think that's going to be like 40 minutes of that episode is going to be Two Rivers, because that's going to be they're going to wrap it up.
Anything else Perrin's going to do?
Yeah, I think he's going to interact with Tam and Abel, and you're going to see the Cawthon family's fortunes have changed. They've all turned their life around because their son sacrificed and left for them or whatever. Yeah, I think so.
I don't buy
it.
I
think his father had to
sober up his.
Yeah,
and I think his mother is gonna be the acting wisdom. Yeah, I think and yes, someone's putting it in because I had it in. Fane's gonna be there as well as the White Cloaks.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have stuff with that too.
You think there's gonna be an interaction between Perrin and Fane?
I don't know. Actually, no, I don't. I think Fane's going to be in the background, but is
there an interaction with? There's got to be. We didn't even.
Fane and Dane are going to have interactions, and I think Perrin. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say we didn't say anything with Perrin and White Cloaks yet.
Yeah. So, I think Perrin's going to say in the end, like give him the example. I'll go with you. All you got to do is fight with us.
So there's a scene. How many? So there's a scene with Perrin and Dane. I don't know, staring contest. Perrin meets up with Dane.
I don't think they are face to face until episode 7.
So they don't actually encounter each other, have a scene together then.
Until the last episode.
Until episode 7.
Yeah. I think that they're constantly like circling each other.
Okay. So he meets. So that's basically when when he goes to him,
right?
He's going to go to him and
he's going to say like
give himself up to the White Cloaks and say, if you help us fight the Trollocs, I'll submit to you.
I think it'll play it out similar to how it does in the book, where it's like the Trolloc menace is getting worse and worse, and like what happens is like the White Cloaks are leaving. There's like peace out, and like Karen's like, stay, fight with us, and if you do, I'm gonna just give myself over to you.
Yeah.
Right, and then they don't, and then like Perrin is gonna sacrifice himself anyway, so that the White Cloaks don't fight the Two Rivers folk, and then the Two Rivers folk are like, no, we're just gonna kill them. And so like Perrin's like, all right, you can go, we won't kill you.
Perrin's gonna kill who? What?
No, what happens like at the end, right? Perrin's like, look, I'm going to go with you anyway. I don't want more bloodshed. We just won this battle.
No, I heard that part at the very end, though. I wasn't sure who.
And then the Two Rivers folk are like, no, we'll just kill them. And then Perrin's like, okay, no one's going to kill anyone, and just lets the White Cloaks go. Even though,
you think it's gonna happen? There's gonna be like a conversation about it, not that the White Cloaks just leave when the fighting starts.
No, I think they're gonna not fight, and they're gonna not fight. Then Dane's going to demand that Perrin come with him anyway, and Perrin's about to do it, and then the rest of the Two Rivers like they're like, this is our Lord, and so there's going to
be a big scene around it then, as opposed to like
that's the the dramatic conclusion. That's the battle, and that's where like
wait, that's before or after the battle?
That's after the battle. After the battle, they don't fight in the battle.
So the White Cloaks just kind of hang around off to the side.
And that's what happens.
No,
that's what happens. They don't leave.
Yeah, they do.
They don't. They're there. They're there.
They leave when the Trollocs attack, don't they?
They don't. They're there.
They just stand around.
They don't fight. They don't fight.
Well, I know they don't fight.
Yeah, they do. They just stand around and not fight.
Some people and they do. Yes. They just stand there, and what do they? The Trollocs don't bother them.
They don't get in. They're standing in the middle of town where the women and the children were.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they run away. Okay.
They don't. Because they come right up as soon as it's over. They come up and they're like, "Come on, let's go." And then Perrin's like, "Okay," and then everybody else is like, "Nah, not really." And I think what's his face, Wacko Byers, like, we gotta go. They're gonna kill us. Like, we gotta just leave.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah. He would be the one to do it. I always thought they ran away. They left right when the Trollocs came. All right. I like the idea of them just running away then.
I like it better that they're like that at some point Dane has to do something, I think, really wrong, and breaking his word, saying I'm going to help you fight and not fighting, is at least like something that Dane does that you're like, oh.
I don't think Dane would ever agree to help him fight. To be honest with this Dane in the show.
But I think this Dane is more like, I'm not helping you fight. Like, it's not about helping you fight. It's like protecting these people. Like, Dane in the show is a good person.
You don't think he's going to... Well, we didn't get to Dane yet. We'll talk about that later. But
I think he's going to be... obviously, he's corrupted by Fane, and he's...
Okay, well, wait, I just want to... I want to wrap up Perrin, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's the Lord of Two Rivers at the end.
We get a Golden Eyes cheer. Cheer. Okay. That wraps up Perrin's story. Do we want to do one more person, or do you want to wrap up here?
I looked how long it's been.
Yeah. We did 3 people.
But let's
we
can do. I feel bad, but you could probably do like Elaine and Nynaeve together as a twofer.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, definitely stuff like that's going to be together. Let's do somebody that probably we won't see too much of in the season, but will be introduced. How about Elida, real quick?
Okay. Go ahead, Jen.
Elida starts out with Morghese and Caemlyn. There's a scene where she's being sent to the tower.
She's being sent to the tower?
Well, Morghese wants her to go to the tower.
Okay.
To find out what's going on with Elaine, because she doesn't know where Elaine is.
Okay.
And she gets there and she sees her opportunity.
Okay, so we get a scene there in Camelin. We're gonna get an Elida in the tower. She shows up at the tower.
Yeah.
Okay. Who does she interact with?
Swan.
She goes right for
Lyanna.
Swan.
Alviarin. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I think both of those are right. I think Lyanna. I think the
Lyanna.
girls.
Yeah, Elaine.
Okay, so she has a scene. So I was going to ask that question.
And she shows up with Galad. Let's say she shows up with Galad and Gowan.
Okay.
They all go together.
With Galad and Gowan. Okay, so then she shows up at the White Tower and has a conversation with shows up at the White Tower. And Shiriam, she goes to Shiriam looking for Elaine, you think?
I think Shiriam's in the season.
Oh,
so.
that's right, she's
Yeah.
not.
But I think she goes to Elida. I think she goes to Liane.
Well, Leandrin wouldn't
First.
be in Leandrin's con already, right? So that's
Leane.
Liane.
Okay.
Because I think we saw that that script, right, where it seems like Swan's not seeing anybody.
Yeah.
That audition script, right? So, I think this season is, like Jen said, Elida's spends a lot of the season like seeing what the lay of the land is in the tower and saying, and especially like if, as we think, like the girls are in the tower and then get sent out again and they're gone.
Yeah.
Elida's like, this cannot stand.
Yeah, I think Elida comes there with the intent of seeing what's going on with Elaine, and she does that. But it's also post Black Aja battle, you know. So there's a lot of other stuff she can be getting her hands into. Right.
And like, I don't think she starts out saying like, I'm going to be the new Amberlin today. I think it's like literally, like we've talked about this before, but the show is doing so much of a better job of saying Swan's really bad at being Amberlin.
Yeah.
And like, we need to have a new Amberlin. She just lost the daughter of Era Andor for the second time.
Can we back up a bit? Back up to I'm sorry. She gets to the tower, she meets with Liane. Liane tells her where Elaine is. She goes, seeks out Elaine, meets. Are we gonna get a strongest channeler in 1,000 years? What's the over under that Elida says that in the season?
You know what? I don't know if she's gonna actually. She's not gonna care, right? Because the other a lot of auditions
I'm not saying
that we
she's
saw.
caring. I'm saying that she's gonna say it.
No, I'm saying I don't even know if you need to have a scene with the two of them.
No. All three of them. When Elida goes to find Elaine, she's with Nynaeve and Egwene.
Oh, okay,
that's right. So she gets to meet all of them. I'm imagining they're all there. I think that's how it is in the books, right? I think all three, they're all together when Elida shows up.
And Min, I think.
And Min, yeah.
Yeah, and Min. I don't think Min. Well, I don't know. Maybe
I think Min's in the tower.
Okay.
I think Min's in the tower. I think that makes it easier.
I'm going to put Min too then. I'm going to put Min in here.
No, that's the other audition script. There's Elida and Min. And they're talking about how Elida's talking about how she has the foretelling. And like she could also see the future. Remember, there's like a little like she's trying to. At first, you think it's like trying to bond, and then she's like, "No, be tougher." But that's when you find out that Elida had the viewing that it's the Royal House of Andor that's the key to winning the last battle. So one, she knows the last battle is coming, and two, she thinks Elaine is the most important person.
Is that just like an Elida Min scene, just the two of them like pulled aside kind of thing?
Yeah, okay. I think that it's going to give you insight to the fact that Elida thinks that Elaine's.
Do you think she has a foretelling in this?
No, I think that I think she's
going to talk about her foretelling.
She's going to talk about her foretelling
with Min.
With Min, and there's going to be a little bit of a like we're not so different, you and I, kind of vibe.
Except I'm better than you.
About she's going to talk about the key to the winning the last battle thing with her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think Jen said before, like I think one of her last scenes is her and Alviarin going like.
Yeah, so there's got to be scenes of her maybe rallying some support against Swan.
I think you do that
with other. I mean, she's got to meet, I guess, other Aes Sedai, right? I mean, there's nobody left.
Yeah.
There's gonna have to be other Aes Sedai because
Yes.
everyone else is not in the tower or busy.
Well, they could be people without names.
No, I'm
Yeah.
well,
At least
yeah.
we have Alviar.
Right,
Maybe
you can-
one
yeah.
more. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, all
think
you
we
can do is like Alviar and say like there are more people like me, and like bring her into a room with like a bunch of other Aes Sedai sitting there.
She's
I
probably.
know we didn't say about Perrin.
what.
Are
Oh,
Varen and Alana going to be in the Two Rivers?
yeah, that's
I
there.
think so.
It's I think it's one of the
Oh, we
cold
put that in
opens.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just making sure.
It's a cold
We didn't
open.
mention that again.
So there's probably, is there going to be a scene of her talking and like finding out what's been going on since she's, in the last, year or so? Does she find out about the dragon?
no.
Like, do we?
Well, I think everyone knows.
Everyone knows
the
about the
dragon's public.
dragon
No,
dragon's
no,
public
I mean
news.
that. Like
Yes,
the whole,
I
like
think-
that Moraine
yes.
has been with him, and
She might know that already.
That's
Like,
what I'm
she
saying,
could
I don't
be
know.
I think it's.
communicating with,
I think.
like,
I think.
the
Yes.
red
Yeah.
sitter or something. She could be like, she might have. She probably has
she's in
knowledge of what went
communication
on.
with.
I don't think we need to have a whole conversation about what's been going on. We know, and she'll.
Yeah,
know.
I think. She finds out. That's all.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, so she's basically just intent on. That's the other reason she really wants to go back to the tower. Also, is she's heard about the shit show it's been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it works well if she goes back with like relatively good intentions, and then like while she's there, she's like, "Holy fuck, this what this place needs? Me."
I'm just thinking of there's like a Simpsons episode where, like, every margin, whatever, the kids get taken away from them by child services, but it's like every single thing that could go wrong when the people come to the house is like going wrong. It's like she's looking around and like just every piece of the tower is like in shambles. Just like she's like, what is going on here? Like
There was double the amount of people here when I left.
yeah. Why are all these people dead? And why are all her items stolen? And what's going on? Like, why did this happen? How did you let this happen?
So
Right? Why are you hiding when the
and
world
why
needs
aren't
us the
you going to
most?
see
Yeah,
people? Right.
yeah.
So is there going to be a scene between Elida and Swan before the coup?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so.
Okay. But us Alviarin. So maybe that's the scene we get of like Elida either conspiring or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There could be other sisters in there too.
Yeah, I think you could really just do something where like they're talking, and Alviarin just makes a mention at the end of the conversation that like we're not alone in thinking this way.
Yeah. Now we don't have the coup in here yet because I think you both thought it was going to be more of a quiet type of scenario. We're not going to see the fighting, so we should put that in here then with Elida. So she's drumming up support with Alviarin. Do you think there's like a straw that broke the camel's back type of thing that happens, or is just Elida just decides like, let's do it?
I think
Is are they gonna find out that Swan was working with Moraine?
I think no, I don't think they find that. I think they're gonna find out that Swan sent these girls away. That the
Right,
girls are missing again,
Yeah.
and that she sent them out of the tower. And I think that's probably it. Or
Well, Elaine,
here's the other
mainly Elaine is what we're talking.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah. That's the only one that's important. The other thing that I think might be is like if Galad also leaves, and like to like become a White Cloak or whatever. But like and they're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Or I was asking when we get to the Galad section, we'll answer that one. But yes.
Do you think that Swan is just like depressed and like not seeing anyone? Right? Like
Yeah, or maybe like yes, I think depressed. I think maybe like really like emotionally shattered almost.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like really like, incapable of seeing people. Yeah.
So
But also
And-
paranoid.
and-
Like I don't trust anybody.
right,
Anyone
because the
could be
only
black.
person I trusted I can't trust anymore.
Right, and anybody else could be black.
And sorry. And Alviarin's obviously, pulling strings behind the scene with the other Black Aja for this whole thing that goes out. So what's the coup then? What's the scene we get with Elida actually performing it?
I think it's just like similar to what happens in the thing. Yeah.
Where they
It's
go
just
into
the
her office
aftermath.
well, they go into her. She's like,
she's like
office,
trying to work,
right?
and like, they
Well, it's
bust
the
down the
aftermath.
door.
This is after it's. Oh, you mean Swan? Okay, yeah.
Oh, or like the vote already took place or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes,
Swan
that's what I'm
being
saying. Like, are we going to get a Hall of the Tower scene?
I think you're going to get
convene the hall in secret.
I think
With
you're
like
going to get
boobs.
her. You're going to get her on the Amerlin seat after everything's said and done, and that's your like.
But you're saying after everything's said and done, what's that? But what is that though?
No, the coup is from Swan's point of view. It's just Swan and Elida and Alviarin in a room.
Okay,
like,
so none of that happens on screen. So it's just of Swan's working in her office, and then they barge in there and shield her.
Yeah, and let her know like it's done.
They take Liane too. They
Well,
they've already got her. They've already got her. She's like. The door opens. Leane's already shielded, and they walk in the room and shield Swan.
So here's my question in regards to that. If that's the case, and Logain's in the tower, and Min goes to Tanchico, who gets Liane? Does Liane get out? Does Logain get out? Who lets them out?
Maybe Logain does.
Why would he
Because she's been stilled. They've both been stilled, so he's
but
like,
he wouldn't. Why would he do that?
Because they're able to help him get out too. Like it's a
right. You can just
we know a secret way out of the city. We can help. Like if you help us, we can direct you where to go, like to get out of here.
Right.
And then he feels like somewhat vindicated because they're both stilled now. So
now you know how difficult I am.
Now you know how I feel, and he's somewhat. Not that he's somewhat empathetic because he feels so shitty. He feels bad that they're feeling like they must feel like just like he does, and he doesn't like that, or he feels a little bit like empathy towards that.
And if they can give him if you can get us out, we can get revenge on all the Red Sisters who did this to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's what they do in the books, right?
Right.
They kind of lie to him a bit. All right,
yes.
So Elida and Co barge into the Amerlin study and shield Swan. Do we get any aftermath of that, or that's kind of like the last Elida scene?
Oh, I think we see her.
No, I think
to her after.
I think the last Elida scene is her sitting on the Amerlin seat.
Okay.
Like, I guess my question is that because now we're going away, but I think that's the last scene with her. Is that's an episode 8.
Okay. She declares that they're going to build a palace for her. All right.
I think, I think what she would probably say if she says anything is we need to bring the Dragon Reborn to the tower, and that's your tease. It's
Do you think that Alviarin is known as Black Aja on the show, to us?
No, I think it's yes.
You kind of see her my keep, you see her as the keeper in a final scene or something, and you're like, oh shit,
yeah,
she was the only one left or that we know of that stayed.
Yeah, I think she's black before she becomes the keeper in the books. Yeah. No, I think as a reader, that she's black first because she talks to Fane.
Think you do,
yeah. I think she lets Fane
100%.
out. And that's
all right.
What that might be after. I don't know.
We'll talk about it next time on our next episode of Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time Showcast. Listen, we got through 4 people, and 3 of them are major characters, so I think we can get through another third of the characters.
Then we can knock out.
Because some of the characters, remember, are just like you said, Elaine and Nynaeve are together, so most of the stuff they're going to do is together.
Moiraine and Lan
are together, same thing. And then, some of the other people are just a part of these character stories. A lot of these other people, so... we still got a lot to go, though. Definitely got a lot to go there. All right, let's wrap it up here, though. We'll continue on with this next time on the podcast. Do we have anything before I close it out? No, right? I was trying to remember. Sorry, I thought that was something we were.
No,
I don't think so.
Okay. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe, rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages if you'd like to support us, lowly podcasters. Link to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Final words, Tom and Jen?
I got nothing. Until next week.
Famous last words. Thanks everyone for listening, and you'll hear us next time.